A mysterious tribute to Li Keqiang vanishes, just as shocking assassination allegations swirl online. Meanwhile, China's organ transplant boom in Xinjiang triggers fresh fears of forced harvesting. Factories are collapsing in Guangdong, and Xi Jinping is skipping the BRICS summit. And in the skies above Taiwan, the CCP flexes its muscle with a massive show of force. I'm Jennifer Zeng. Let's dive in. Today marks what would have been the 70th birthday of former Chinese Premier Li Keqiang, a moment that's taken on explosive political significance. China's top state-run newspaper People's Daily published a rare, glowing 5,000-word tribute, calling Li a lifelong contributor to the party and the people. But just as quickly, the party's top theory journal Keqiang deleted the same article. No explanation given. This unusual flip-flop comes as bombshell allegations continue to circulate online that Xi Jinping personally ordered the assassination of Li Keqiang. A man claiming to be part of a 6-person assassination team has come forward, revealing his real name, role, and the entire timeline. According to the whistleblower, Li was poisoned with a colorless, tasteless military-grade drug during a swim at the Dongjiao State Guest House in Shanghai on October 26, 2023. His death was staged as a sudden heart attack. These claims, impossible to verify, have nevertheless exploded across China's internet. Since mid-June, a series of dramatic leaks have included an alleged letter from Li's widow demanding an investigation and another from his daughter accusing a tyrant who claims to be the core, an apparent reference to Xi Jinping. Even more stunning, official silence. In a tightly controlled system like China's, the fact these rumors persist at all may indicate that Xi's grip on power is slipping or that some factions are letting them spread for a reason. In another development, it's now confirmed that Xi Jinping will skip this year's BRICS summit in Brazil, a first. Premier Li Keqiang will go instead. This adds fuel to speculation that Xi is either under internal pressure or losing control. Is the Chinese Communist Party fracturing at the highest level? We don't know for sure. But today's strange signals, from a deleted tribute to a missing Xi, suggest that behind the CCP's rigid facade, a storm may be brewing. Stay tuned. The CCP plans to triple the number of organ transplant hospitals in Xinjiang, raising new fears over forced organ harvesting of Uyghurs and political prisoners. According to the Daily Telegraph, the CCP is planning to build 6 new medical centers with organ transplant capabilities in Xinjiang within 5 years, bringing the total to 9 in a region of just 26 million people. Human rights groups say the expansion far exceeds local medical needs and heightens suspicions of state-backed organ harvesting. The UK-based Uyghur Tribunal and the Australian group ETAC have long warned that Uyghurs and Falun Gong practitioners are being used as involuntary organ donors. Wendy Rogers of ETAC said the new facilities are likely designed to both extract and implant organs efficiently, cutting transport times and preserving organ quality. Most of the new centers will be located in Urumqi, the regional capital. Critics believe the decision is strategic, making it cheaper and easier to perform transplants directly on site rather than move organs elsewhere. Official plans released by Xinjiang health authorities mention building facilities for heart, lung, liver, kidney, pancreas, and intestinal transplants. Yet, Xinjiang's Uyghur population is only around 12 million. Former detainees like Zumrit Dawood have described routine blood tests, disappearances, and the presence of medical staff in detention camps, further fueling fears that inmates are being used as a living organ bank. Human rights advocates say this aggressive medical buildup in a heavily surveilled region is a clear warning sign and a test of the world's willingness to act. China's manufacturing heartland is in crisis. On June 30th, two major factories in Guangdong, one a decades-old lighting exporter in Foshin, the other a Canadian-owned tech giant in Dongguan, announced they are shutting down for good. The closures reflect a growing wave of factory bankruptcies in China, fueled by a global economic slowdown, shrinking exports to the West, and rising geopolitical tensions. The Foshan lighting firm, once a fixture at international trade shows, blamed a sharp drop in orders and rising debts. They had loyal overseas clients. One trade consultant said tearfully, "Their closure is heartbreaking." She predicts that by year's end, nearly half of lighting factories in the nearby city of Zhongshan could shut down. Meanwhile, Celestica's Dongguan-based subsidiary Tianhong Tech, which once served IBM, HP, and Cisco, also began dissolution. The company cited strategic adjustments amid changing markets. Analysts say Western tech firms are moving supply chains to Mexico, Vietnam, and Eastern Europe to avoid geopolitical risks. In Zhongshan, more companies are losing their production licenses, and over 20 factories have relocated just this year. Industry insiders now say conditions are worse than during the pandemic. A factory owner who moved operations to Vietnam put it bluntly, the US-China trade war hit harder than COVID. As China's traditional export model falters, many fear this is just the beginning. Taiwan's military says 50 Chinese aircraft and warships operated near the island within just 24 hours, marking a sharp escalation in cross-strait tensions. Taiwan's Ministry of National Defense reported that between 6 a.m. yesterday and 6 a.m. today, 41 Chinese warplanes and 9 naval vessels were detected around the Taiwan Strait. Of those aircraft, 30 crossed the sensitive median line, entering Taiwan's northern, central, southwestern, and eastern airspace. The largest concentration was seen in the southwest air zone, where 12 Chinese combat and support aircraft were spotted throughout Tuesday. Another 2 were seen north of Taiwan, entering its Air Defense Identification Zone, or ADIZ. Additionally, Taiwan said it was notified of a Chinese rocket launch from the Keqiang Satellite Launch Center, expected to fly over the Western Pacific and pass through Taiwan's ADIZ. In response, Taiwan's military deployed aircraft, naval forces, and missile systems to monitor and respond to the threat. That's it for today's China Uncut. Is Xi losing control? Is China's economy cracking? And will the world finally wake up to what's happening in Xinjiang? Like, share, and subscribe for more uncensored coverage the CCP doesn't want you to see. I'm Jennifer Zeng, and I'll see you next time on China Uncut.